Thanks, Praful. And as usual in the entire SDLC cycle, product takes the maximum time. But jokes apart, I mean, the demos which we have seen since morning, Sahil demoed a few stuff and Praful talked about it. I mean, it explains the kind of possibilities, the kind of changing world we are into. So now, can we have the slides, please? The biggest challenge what we face is currently essentially the information which we have at our disposal. It is existing in silos. In order to make sense about have those insights. You want your processes to be super efficient in order to take your relevant calls. जिसके basis पे you can increase your business. But the tools which are there, so we saw our co-pilot, we saw our AI abandoned cart. But so now we will look after something which is called as a MCP server. Full form की बात करें तो MCP is Model Context Protocol. So what does it mean exactly? So essentially, we have seen in our demos till now that AI expands what we can do with our business in terms of efficiency, in terms of ease of operations and other stuff. But वो सब AI से किसी को करवाना पड़ता है in order to stitch everything together. So this MCP server explores or it opens up the possibility as your AI assistant, जो कि उस AI की सारी capabilities को आपकी fingertips पे how you want to use it. It helps you to just execute it. So we'll just see quickly in terms of how to this MCP server works so that you are able to. So this is a typical backend system where all the functionalities, everything is on your fingertips. अगर हम देखें इसको, so let's see if it is able to tell me about my new orders. Can you show me my latest orders? Let's see what it does. So at least it is doing something, trying to work it out. It's taking some, yes. Now it's coming up and it is expected to bring all my new orders from my business. And it is giving me orders from today. These are my most recent order. I have only one order currently, which is, it is giving the entire metadata description about prepaid hai, or the customer details, channel order ID. It is in the new status. So similarly, I can look after my ready to ship orders. So essentially, these are my, I just have to tell him in simple English कि give me a list of ready to ship orders. वो सारे orders मेरे को list करके दे रहा है along with, and also it is asking me if I want to ship any of the orders. So Sahil in the morning just asked the co-pilot, can you ship my order? So this is what goes behind the scenes, and ये आप अपने workflows में भी खुद integrate कर सकते हैं very simply. So you don't have to rely on this. You can use this functionality. So I just simply say ship this order number, and shipment ID, I have given the AWB number. AWB number say it is able to get the shipment ID and it is able to ship it. And essentially, I am able to download the shipping label also. So it gives me the label, I am all set. So the entire functionality related to my business is on my fingertips. I can build my custom workflows using it. I can use it as I want. I can expose it where I want. Some things I can expose to my customers. And so this is the power of AI, which is at the back end. Now let's move on to, can we have the deck, please?
Can we have the presentation, please?
So we have something called as ShipRocket Sense. So again, it is a suite of functionalities which we have built around which you guys can use in any fashion which you want. Essentially, things like you want to have a visibility that, okay, if I am shipping an order, what is the probability of that order getting delivered? RTO तो नहीं हो जाएगा. So for instance, if you are able to see कि this customer has a propensity to refuse a delivery, और वो 3-4 सिमिलर प्रोडक्ट्स ऑर्डर करके एक रख लेता है, बाकी रिटर्न कर देता है. अगर वो आपको पहले से पता हो तो यू विल बी एबल टू टेक बेटर डिसीजंस ऑन इट. इफ यू नो कि कस्टमर का जो एड्रेस है, मे बी वो एड्रेस इज नॉट फुल्ली क्वालिफाइड एंड देयर आर मोर चांसेस दैट द कुरियर विल नॉट बी एबल टू डिलीवर दैट पैकेट इन वन शॉट. उसमें फिर वो कस्टमर को कॉल करना पड़ेगा, फोन नहीं उठेगा, एंड ऑल दैट स्टफ इज हैपनिंग. सो यू कैन डू इट और डू दैट होमवर्क बिफोर हैंड. Things like those. For instance, a very simple, I'll give you a very simple thing. If you are able to predict, say, in an automated fashion, the gender of the customer, उसके हिसाब से आप उसको रिकमेंडेशन दे सकते हैं. अगर आप अपैरल सेल कर रहे हैं तो उसमें it will be different for a male and a female. Things like those. So, can we have the screen, please?
Can we have Sunil's screen, please, projector?
Yep. So this is what we talked about, the stuff, and let's quickly see some of it. So if we look at the something called as a pin code lookup, so it is a very simple, Gurgaon ka hi pin code hai shayad. So it gives you the entire thing, the entire insights, latitude, longitude, kahan ka hai, kya nahi hai, relevant hai, nahi hai, valid, invalid, all that stuff, which you can use into it. Then if we talk about the address quality which we talked about, so it is a very critical thing in the entire scheme of stuff. So this seems to be a fully qualified address, A34 Noida sector 67, some business address. So let's see what we get. So address is valid and the risk is low. So address is good, and address की वजह से RTO होने के chances काफी less है, which is correct. Let's try to change it a bit. So, for instance, if I remove the sector, so there is house number, Noida is there, business name is there. So if you look, the score from 1 is dropped to 0.7. It is decreased by 30%. And why just 30%? Because you have the business name associated with it. तो अभी भी chances है कि आप वहाँ पे अगर जाके मान लीजिए आपका राइडर पहुँच गया, if he or she asks, so there is a probability that he'll come to know कि यार वहाँ से 500 meters there the business exists. Things like those. So let's talk about RTO risk, what we mentioned. So this is some sample data. We have an address and we have a product which was ordered. So let's see what it tells. So this buyer has a high RTO risk. So these things can be flagged in your workflows then and there. And why? It tells you why also. So there is a high chance of refusal. This customer has a propensity of refusing delivery. And hence, पिछले 30 days में RTO percentage इसका increase भी हुआ है. It has increased. So if we combine all these, so there is only a 60% probability that this order will be delivered to this particular customer. So assume a situation, you are aware of this beforehand, and so that you can at least call that customer or do something कि सर आपको चाहिए पक्का. And imagine this is a COD order. So आपका डबल वे फ्रीट भी लगेगा, इन्वेंट्री भी ब्लॉक होगी, वो वापस भी आ जाएगा. So all these things are exposed. You can use them, you can integrate them well within your workflows. आपको जैसे यूज करना है आप कर सकते हैं. And we are just here to enable it. So hope this was of some interest.
एक नेम वाला और दिखा दीजिए, जेंडर प्रेडिक्ट.
Oh yes, gender. So this is a pretty interesting thing. So if we look, we have 3 names, Atul, Nitin and Shubhankar. No guesses. So all are males and the confidence is 1. So let's try to have some fun here.